Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Hey, Brent, how's it going?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Brent can't hear us.
Brent, can you hear us?
He can't hear us.
Can you hear us? We're talking. All right.
What's up, JT?
Nothing much.
Mr. Bronico. Can you hear us?
On the Gulf of Mexico.
I don't think I can hear you guys.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Well, JT just bounced. We're live, folks. This is what happens. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Nothing. No. Hello, hello, hello. Top in. That's right. Well, here we are, folks. We're live. Yep. We're trying to get Brant to be able to hear us. We can hear him. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing, huh? We're gonna add JT back. JT decided to bounce on us.
Yeah, I went to the YouTube link and accidentally closed out the back end stream on myself.
JT decided to bounce on us.
Yeah, I went to the YouTube link and accidentally closed out the back end stream on myself.
JT decided to bounce on us.
Yeah, I went to the YouTube link and accidentally closed out the back end. Okay. I cannot try unplugging your unplugging. Can you even hear us at all, Brent?
What's up, Ahmad? Ahmed. We hope to.
Plugging. Who's got any breakfast?
Just coffee. Just coffee is all I have.
Plug. This is riveting. I feel like I'm on some sort of business
Zoom call.
Yeah, yeah. And like Brant is like the VP of of the company, and we're sitting here just totally screwing it up. Oh man,
It happens. The joys of being live, right?
Yep. Can you hear us? And you said you're putting this out on Facebook too, Lee?
Yeah.
So anyone out there on Facebook or on YouTube, I stayed up really late last night and had Chinese food, and I tried to have breakfast this morning, or I was going to, but I'm just not very hungry right now. Isn't that fascinating? So, Brant,
We'll give Brant a second. Yeah, I think he might be in the middle of a reboot or something.
Yeah. I need to turn the YouTube link on, but not have it muted so that we can see the comments. See, folks, just like everyone else, we're figuring this out, you know. All right, let's see if I can do this. How can I have it on but mute it? See, folks, just like everyone else, we're figuring this out, you know. Okay. UNCC legend in the building. Yes. And he's coming home.
He is.
And then
Independence, right?
Yeah, just got loaned up to Independence. When does their season start?
Soon.
And the stadium's already done?
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if anybody that's watching actually has any details on that.
On the Memorial Stadium
pretty close.
Redo.
Yeah. Yeah. First preseason game is next week, according to Top Ben.
Cool.
Thanks, Top Ben. Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah. It's like Top Ben is like back in the control studio.
Yeah.
Helping our sorry asses out right now.
That's it. I think he's working.
Well, it's funny too, you know, because trying this idea of breakfast and early, and it's like Saturday morning, you know. I don't know how many people are like, oh yeah, we go hang out there. But yeah.
Preseason games starts next week. We have to go out there and give a screamer shout to Bryant.
Yeah. We can go out there and start practicing our Bronico cheers, you know.
Yeah, that's true too.
So, Lee, you have not had any breakfast either?
I don't typically eat breakfast. I'm just a coffee guy. Yeah.
Do you ever make a kind of a tradition? Oh, nice. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I have Facebook post there. It's the first time we're pushing to Facebook too, so
nice.
That's cool.
That's fun that it can come through like that.
Yeah.
Does anyone in your family ever make a traditional English breakfast?
Not so much anymore. You know, well, Mom probably does, but anyways.
Do you ever have a hankering for that, to have the beans and the sausage and the?
Okay, we're good. I can hear you guys now.
Brent,
we're good.
How you doing, sir? That's okay, man.
Ooh, all right.
You know, thanks for joining us. I know it's early.
No, it's good, man. But happy to be here. Glad you guys
Lee was just saying that he normally doesn't even eat breakfast. Where are you on the breakfast scale?
So I actually didn't used to like breakfast that much or eat it at all. But now I eat breakfast. So I'm on the breakfast train now.
And now that you're a professional athlete, you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe some good complex carbs in the morning and some lean protein is a good thing to have.
Yeah, I just like usually like a bar or like a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
And I used to not eat eggs actually for a while, like until last year, because I just didn't like them. But my wife finally convinced me that they're good. So I tried them, and she got me on the egg train, and I eat eggs now.
She said, "You like my eggs?" And you took my advice, and you're like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah, exactly.
And now you do like eggs.
Exactly.
So that goes back to JT's previous comment in our earlier interview, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you never ate eggs at all, or?
Never. Yeah, never at all. Like any way, any form. I couldn't stomach. I don't know. Maybe the texture. I don't know.
That's when you were 4-year-old, you had some traumatic thing going
It
on.
had to be. It had to be something like that.
Yeah, and you buried it deep.
Yeah. I have a bean story, but Joe called us out about talking beans, so we'll just let that go. So breakfast, what you having, Bronico? Anything good this morning? Or are you just like me, man, on the coffee kick?
Oh yeah, just some coffee right now. I'm gonna make breakfast after.
Right on. Yep, same. So I know it's a little early, so we appreciate it, man.
I'm up in your old neck of the woods, up in the Triad, and I was thinking I'd go to Biscuitville, give them some love instead of always talking about Bojangles. But yeah, I'm definitely not working on breakfast yet myself.
Biscuitville is always a solid choice.
Yeah, I have a friend that does the craziest order there, and they always look at him like, "What are you doing?" But he just does it totally customized things with sausage gravy. It's amazing.
So Brandt, man, you've been a busy dude. Like just watching you on social is wearing me out. So I could only imagine like what you're going through. You know, from the Canes to Independence to everywhere, basically.
Just running around, but it's all good. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's all good fun.
That's right. So are you settled in Charlotte now?
Yeah, we have. So right now, my wife and I have a short-term lease in Uptown. While we're looking to buy a home.
Nice.
Long process. It's been. We're actually going to look at some homes today. So fingers crossed.
Oh, you're looking at homes today?
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, if we see you out and about, we'll blow the horn at you or something.
Yeah, definitely. Give me a honk or something.
Yeah. That's it. So, I mean, I guess that being loaned to Independence, right? I guess we'll just kind of start off there, right? That kind of that must make everything a little easier for you, right? Being able to stay in Charlotte with the marriage, the move, the sign in, and all that. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely what my wife and I wanted, and it's what my family wanted. As my parents, they're actually moving to Winston-Salem, Kernersville area. They've been living in Wilmington. They're in the process of moving as well. So they'll be in Winston, and my brother's in Raleigh. So there were definitely, I mean, there were other options out there that we could have explored, even in MLS. But I wanted to stay in Charlotte. It helps with my wife and her job because she wants to be a licensed counselor, and she has to get so many like practicing hours towards her license.
Yeah.
And like I said in my comments, like I just wanted to be back in Charlotte playing soccer, and Independence was an option. And I said, yeah, I want to do that. So, and it's nice to be around the soccer community. You know, it's nice to be around you guys. Yeah. And hopefully I'll see y'all out there this year at American Memorial.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll come cheer you on.
Okay.
Is that the official name now? American Memorial Stadium?
I think so. I mean,
I think it's always been called that, right? But people just call it Memorial Stadium because I think the Legion or something behind it.
Something like that. Yeah.
So
Memorial, American Memorial, whatever.
Yeah.
that stadium over there.
Well, I can't wait too, though, because that stadium is also right there on at least the edge of downtown. But to see what they've done with it, it hadn't been redone since like the 30s when it was first built. It was old, and now it should be really sweet. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time out there. So, but yeah, so Brandt, man, the last time we talked, right? You were just moving to Charlotte. You were getting set up. You wasn't sure what was going on with the loan situation. So, I I was listening to Ashley's podcast that you were on the other day, and shout out to Ashley. She does a solid job for the soccer community in Charlotte.
She
by the
does.
way.
She's very, very committed to the Charlotte
Yes,
soccer community.
she is finger on it, breaking news, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, kudos to her. Keep up the good work. But so she mentioned, right, you Charlotte 49ers, the MLS, the Independents, the whole trifecta there, so that's kind of impressive, right? That's setting the bar for the local Charlotte folks that's going to play soccer.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to incorporate myself as much as I can in the Charlotte soccer community. I mean, this is such a great city. I've traveled to pretty much every major city in the United States, through soccer.
Yeah.
And I still just haven't personally found one for me that's as good as Charlotte. Maybe I'm a little biased.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I just love Charlotte so much. So it means a lot just to, play for all three teams. And UNCC was my pathway, to professional soccer.
Right.
So I feel like it's only right that I come back here and represent them well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the coach out there, right? I forget his name off the top of my head, but he got his 100th win.
Yeah, Kevin Langen.
Yeah, so that's pretty solid. He's doing pretty good out there. He's done well with that.
Yeah, no, he's a great coach, a great guy. He creates a great professional soccer environment. Great culture. I mean, just everything that you want and need. If you wanted to play professional soccer, it's there. I mean, the facilities are top notch. The gym is top notch. The locker room is top notch, and the coaching is top notch. So, I mean, if you really wanted to go professional, I think UNC Charlotte, it does a great job at breeding players for the next level.
Yeah. Nice. So Wesley has a question for us, right? Obviously, you were out there spending some time with those academy boys. So as Wesley asked, thoughts on those players and their program.
I think I did an interview maybe last week. But yeah, it emulates a professional environment. Obviously they're young kids. They're 14, 15, 16 years old. And they're very good. I mean, some of them are very good players already. So, it's been nice spending time out there and seeing those kids. You can tell they have that edge, they have that fight in them. And I think as they grow and develop, I mean, they're doing a great job with the academy out there. Mark Nichols and Dan Locke and everybody involved with that. I mean, they're breeding these players to be professional players. So I would expect to see some of them at least be in preseason next year or the year after, because I think we're going to get some really good players from that academy.
Yeah, I mean, I will say there's a few that kind of stand out, right? Obviously, I won't call any names out just because, but yeah, I mean, overall, the academy programs seems to be pretty solid. We have a good foundation there, so I'm excited to see some of those homegrown players come through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we can expect a lot from that academy.
Yeah, they're doing good over there with Zorn and all those guys. So, also, JT, you can chime in too, butt in, man. But last time we were here, we were talking about Chelsea, right?
Yes, we were.
And so I went back and watched. I went back and watched some of the interview we did with you last time, and your predictions were Spurs, United, Liverpool, and Man City were to win the league.
Not so. Huh?
No. I think I feel like you jinxed us as a Spurs fan, at least, right? I mean, Chelsea and the United and all them. But, also on top of that, Lampard has since left, right? And I believe he may be one of your favorite players. I'm not sure.
I was hurt when I found that out. I was like, I remember I was talking to him. I was like, they better not fire Lampard. Right. That'd just be ridiculous. And then the next day they fired him. I was like, this is stupid.
That's right. Well, you kept all the luck for yourself to be able to stay in Charlotte and all that kind of stuff. Right?
Yeah, that's true. So I guess somebody had to take the sacrifice.
That's right. You had to give Paul sort of thing, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So I mean, Frank being a manager now is available, right? So,
Oh, man,
you know,
that would be sweet.
if he came to Charlotte, you know, would you be starstruck, or how would that play out, right? As
No,
your
I
idol.
don't think I'd be starstruck. But I would definitely like be in his ear trying to learn. Like, I'm like, what do you think? You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about, like, he'd probably get annoyed of me, like being like, hey, what should I do? You know,
Right,
how should I, like, I don't know. I'd definitely be, you know, talking him up in his ear, like pretty much about everything. So
I mean,
it's available. I don't know how likely it is, but
right.
it's true. He is available.
Yeah. So, eCaster Line 1 asked, you know, who is your favorite player? So, kind of segueing off of that, I guess we can do current and retired, I guess, right? We'll do two.
That's Cashline. His name's Eric. That's like one of my best friends. He was actually he was in my wedding.
Oh, okay.
So
well,
he knows that that Lampard is my favorite player.
Oh yeah, so he's just busting on you, huh?
Yeah, he's a Chelsea boy too. I remember in 2012 when Chelsea won the Champions League, we were watching the Champions League at his house, and when Drogba scored that final penalty kick, we were just like, we were sprinted out the front door, like we were running and screaming, like yelling, he's just like singing like the Chelsea like fan songs down his neighborhood. His dog got out, like it was crazy. We had like the Chelsea flag, like just I'm sure everybody was like, what are these kids doing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just hell breaking loose.
Yeah, but one day we will never forget. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys are Chelsea boys though. But you know, we're just gonna let that slide for the sake of letting it slide.
Chelsea, I think they're gonna have another run of Champions League this year, like 2012. You know, they're gonna somehow just make it happen.
They are. They always seem to for some reason.
I think they drew Porto in the next round. I thought that was probably like best case scenario. I think. Looking at like all the teams, I'm like, Porto, you know, I'll take that.
That's right. Easy ride to the final. That's how you want. So yeah. So I mean, going back to I guess Top Ben's got a question. Basically, based on what you've seen, how competitive do you feel we can be in our first season? Talking about the MLS and Charlotte.
I feel like we could be very competitive. I mean, we have some great guys, very knowledgeable guys building the roster, and Zoran and Mark and Thomas and all those guys. So, I mean, and you look at some of these other expansion sides, like LAFC, Atlanta United, that have come into the league and have had, you know, great success. So I think the bar has been set very high, and I think the standard is high, and you know, I would expect a competitive team, you know, and I think I think playoffs is a reasonable and achievable goal for us, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, kind of going back to what we've touched on plenty of times before, you know, with Tepper coming out the gate and kind of just saying what he said about Atlanta and all that, is kind of he's kind of put his ass on the line in that regard. So we'll see what happens for sure. You know, I agree with you. I think Zoran and those guys are doing a great job. We got a great foundation there, and
yeah, absolutely.
They seem to have a plan, so that's interesting.
I'm optimistic.
Yes, likewise. So I kind of wanted to touch base, and I'm not, you know, forgive me if I go too far, and you don't have to answer all these either. But you know, when it comes down to the loan process, right? The MLS doesn't really do the loan program as much as like Europe does, for instance, right? So how does that process work out? You kind of say, hey, you know, contract dude or whoever, right? This is the kind of team. These are the kind of folks I want to go play for, or the area I want to be in. Can we see if this can happen? Or, you know, is that something that your agent sort of handles, or how does that work out?
I mean, I sat down with Zoran and Mark, and we spoke about it, and you know, they wanted me to have as much of a say as they did in the loan process, and I think we all felt like the independence would be the best fit for all parties. I can stay in Charlotte. I can get games. I can, you know, be involved in, like I said, the Charlotte soccer community. I can be involved with the academy, and I can be involved and promote the club, as in promoting Charlotte FC. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, sometimes I guess they're just like, hey, you're going on loan here, and you're
that's
like,
it.
Okay, I guess I'm going on loan. But no, I felt like this is my 5th year in the league. Like I feel like I've kind of earned my stripes. So to say that I should be able to have say, like maybe my rookie year, they're like, oh, you're going on loan. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going on loan. But no, they did a great job in handling it and what I wanted, what was best for my family and I. So I was happy with the decision, and obviously I'm happy to be staying in Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Like you said, you've been through a lot the last 6 months. From the wedding to the move to the transfer.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but I mean, I've enjoyed it all. So
it's
been nice.
And I think you're going to be such a great, and already are a great ambassador for Charlotte FC coming in, and Charlotte in general. So we're very lucky to have you, Brandt.
Hey, I'm lucky to have you guys.
Man, this is getting one of those. Man, I can't wait till we can actually hug each other, Brandt.
The vaccines are coming soon.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So now we're past the hugging moment, right?
It always makes him feel so weird when we talk hugging. I don't know what happened with him as a kid.
No, man, it's we won't talk about that on air, right? We'll have a conversation.
Happening right now?
Yeah. So, anyways, so Chad's got a question for you, right? So a lot of MS teams have the USL affiliate, right? Do you think that Charlotte and Independence would have a future partnership, or maybe like Fusion and the NCFC partnership? What do you
that's
feel
interesting.
there?
I mean, I actually have no idea. I haven't even thought about that. I mean, possibly. I think pretty much every team has like a USL affiliate, so I'm sure Charlotte will work a deal out with somebody to where they'll have something. But honestly, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I guess Independence just makes it logical for in regards to location, right? That just kind of allows them to kind of come check on players when they're injured or whatever, if they're trying to get back into it or however that works out. So.
Right. Yeah, and even NCFC, I mean, it's not that far away. I mean, I guess you'd have to get housing and whatnot sorted out, but I guess Independence would make the most sense, like logistically.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's going to mature or whatever there. So Pablo, how's it going, Pablo? Man, appreciate the support. So he asked, what did you miss most about Charlotte while you were gone, and any favorite spots locally?
Probably just the people that I knew here, like friends and family. Obviously, in Chicago, it's not like you can just get up and drive 13 hours, especially during the season. And especially last year with COVID, we couldn't hop on any flights either for like 1 or 2 days that we had off. So yeah, definitely with my friends and family I miss the most. Favorite spots locally, I mean, I would say I really like Soul Food Meat Company.
Yeah.
So I definitely miss that one, and the wings that they have there are fire. I like and South End too. I mean, South End, I like how kind of like it's more like spread out, like a Charlotte, like downtown. It's not as like so congested as like those big city feels. Like it still feels like a city, but it's more spread out. And there's not as many like skyscrapers and like Chicago was very, very congested when you're downtown. A lot of big buildings. And I miss the weather a lot too.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that. Right? I'm sure Chicago's cold.
Freezing my butt off in Chicago for 9 months out of the year. So it's nice to have this weather. I saw it was supposed to be like 60 and 70s next week.
We had the 4 seasons all in one day, right?
Yeah, seriously. And definitely Panthers games. I'm a huge Panther fan. So hopefully I can go back to some games this year, and the schedule allows me to do so.
Yeah, I know a guy. We could probably get you some tickets if you need something. So Carr asks, have you played in the USL before? And if so, how does the level of play compare to the MLS?
So yeah, I have my rookie year. I got loaned out to Tulsa Roughnecks for like 7 or 8 games. And I think the level, like comparably, like obviously MLS is a higher level. And it also kind of depends like the team that you have and how well you work together and whatnot. But I would say MLS is definitely a higher level. But
like more intense, or
I would just say like more technical, more athletic, just all around, just higher level. Like the guys in the MLS typically know the game better. Their soccer IQ is higher.
Right.
And they can see things that maybe some of these players in the USL are, still learning.
So that first touch, first move sort of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's definitely, I mean, USL definitely still like a decent level, but it's not the MLS level.
Yeah. So here's a follow-up question on that then. So Steve asked if you met your Charlotte Independence teammates yet, and if so, what are your thoughts on Hugh Roberts maybe switching to CLTFC?
I've met a couple of them. I don't think I've met Hugh yet. I met Brandon and Austin Pack and Clay, and a guy named Thomas, just because we had some performance testing together on Thursday and physicals. So I haven't been able to meet him yet. I also haven't seen him play, but I'm sure he's a great player. So I guess we'll see this season.
That's right. So I mean, I forgot where I was going to go with this. So talking about meeting teammates, right? The old adage, right? If you talk to any of like Jan and Sergio, I'm sure you get asked that a lot, right? Y'all got that WhatsApp,
Yeah, just
going.
like just briefly, just like like if they like score a goal or done well, like congrats, like seems like you're doing awesome. And then like, oh, like can't wait for 2022 to come. Just like it's like service level things. Obviously, they're all in their season. Right? They're all like in their season right now. So I'm sure they got other stuff to worry about. Hopefully we can set something up in the summer. Maybe once these vaccines roll out, hopefully we can get them into Charlotte. For like a week or two, and they can see the stadium, the city, and all that good stuff.
Brant, the Bronico bus. We're gonna somehow figure out that bus that you're standing up front with the microphone, other teammates. I'm serious. We're gonna figure it out somehow.
All right, let's figure it out. I'm down.
Yeah, that's
we actually Chico is actually getting the bus and we're getting it wrapped. So
perfect.
Yeah, so hopefully with that being said, right, we're gonna be riding around. We won't get crazy because we know we got to represent the city and all, but we'll have a good time regardless. It'll be clean fun.
Nice.
JT on his wireless. God, I can't. But yeah, so your buddy Eric again asked another question. Describe the privilege of growing up with Castellan and how he. Yeah, so he threw that in there. He tricked me and got me. So you might as well answer it now.
Oh man.
Yeah. How did he?
What a privilege that was growing up with Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to meet this guy.
Eric, no, he's a good dude. Oh, he'll definitely be at some games. I can tell you that.
On.
Eric's a great guy, and he was like honestly, he was like an older brother to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually the oldest in my family. I have a younger brother, 2 years younger, so I don't really have like an older sibling. Right. And Eric kind of fit that for me. He's been one of my best friends since I was like 11 years old. We played on a U10 team together,
right?
And we played till U18 together, pretty much.
Okay.
So he has had like a great influence. He's actually coaching down in Florida. He's head coach of Weber University. Just got that. So big congrats to him.
Yeah, congrats, Eric.
But yeah, no, he's a great dude, and he definitely helped me out a lot through my development years.
Yeah, so some of us are trying to start up a 7-on-7 sort of thing. You guys, we're looking for some players. You want to join us over like Sports Link or something? If we could do co-ed, right? We can get the misses in there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, maybe we'll come out, run around a little bit.
Yeah. You know, well, I'm shooting for the over 40s though, so you know.
I'll float around in the midfield.
That's right. So yeah, I don't know. JT decided he's had enough, man. So
That's it for him, huh?
but yeah, man, you one thing I have a problem with, Brant, and please don't take this personally, but you know, you asked about getting a haircut, and I said great clips, and you didn't go there, and you know, so it just kind of
I kind of
so
just whatever was like the most recommended, that's what I did.
right on.
Obviously appreciated everybody's recommendations. But I just decided, you know, sheer excellence. There was probably like, I don't know, 5 or 10 people that recommended that. And I was like, okay, I'll go try it out. And Catherine over there did a great job. So
yeah, so that's the spot, folks.
Sheer excellence in Dilworth. That's the spot. You can
Bronico approved.
Go to Catherine and tell her that Brandt Bronico recommended you.
All right, so Brant, you should get a free haircut next time we're over there.
Yeah.
So, but man, so I guess you're getting into the training part of things, right? Where you're trying to, I guess, build up that game. What am I trying to say? The game performance, the game energy, the game legs.
Game fitness, yeah.
Yes, fitness. That's the word. For some reason, that was gone. So, are you training now with independents? Is that how that's going down?
Yeah, preseason actually starts on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, so you got to fix the diet and all that.
Ramp up really quick.
Yeah,
get the body used to it. Learn to play with new players. You know, it's always like there's always like a learning curve when you go from one team to another because you don't know how these players play. You don't know like what they like. So
right.
Preseason will be good. Give us some time to work together and play together and learn each other's game. So hopefully we can start rolling when the season starts.
There you go. Is there anything in particular you're going to try to work on this year that you would like to focus on?
So I actually did an interview with Ashley like 2 days ago, and she asked me the same question. I always try to work on my technical ability, my first touch, and my decision making. And this year, like I want to get forward more. I feel like in Chicago, I've kind of been limited because other guys have been wanting to get forward, and I would always kind of have to like stay back and do the defensive part, which is cool. I mean, I was able to work on my defensive game. Like it was a good opportunity for me. But this year, I mean, definitely getting forward more, kind of really like slotting into that box-to-box midfielder role. And also, like I said, my first touch and my decision-making, I think those are the most important two characteristics of any soccer player, because that sets you up for anything else you want to do, you know, a shot, a pass, a cross, you know, you name it. So I would say those 3 things.
How do you work on like decision making? I mean, is it just the ball coming in, or I mean, what's the actual brass tacks of what you do with that?
So one is like I said earlier, like learning your players and how they play, what movements they do, and then also you can watch film. Like when I think we might have spoke about this last time. When I watch Chelsea or Tottenham or anybody play on TV, you can kind of see what these guys are thinking before they do it, and kind of the runs that they make and what they do with the ball. So I like to watch, you know, these games and then obviously film of like, oh, you know, I did this pass and this pass probably could have been better. So it's kind of like, you know, body position, setting yourself up for that next pass and knowing what you're going to do, like 3-4 steps ahead of when it actually happens.
So you mentioned film. So obviously after a game, you guys kind of sit down as a group. I'm assuming the coach is like, hey, you guys did great here, but you sucked here. Do you get to take some of that film home yourself and like self-study on it? Or is it just kind of?
Yeah. So usually all of our games, like if you have like an ESPN Plus, you can go and rewatch every single game through ESPN Plus. So I just throw it on the Chromecast and watch it on TV. Yeah. When I get home. Or like that week, and then you watch like the previous game of whatever opponent you're playing that week, and you kind of learn, you know, their flaws and their weaknesses and what their strengths are. So it's a lot more than just like being in the locker room and, you know, the training staff breaking down 3 or 4 clips of what their tendencies are, I think. Right. I mean,
do you take notes? How do you
Yeah, you definitely have to take notes because it's 90 minutes.
Yeah,
So what happens in like the second minute, you're probably not going to remember in the 90th.
Right.
And you can usually pick up on stuff throughout the game. I mean, the wingers, they're not changing their game from the 15th minute to the 75th minute, right? I mean, if anything, they're just going to get more fatigued. I mean, there's just so many factors that you can play in and break down. So I think that's just like, it's so critical in how you approach your game.
And the more experience you get, the more you just see things better.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes like second nature,
Right.
It's just like, oh, I've seen this, I've done this, and then it's just habit after that.
Yeah, one thing when I'm just watching the games on the TV, I like to watch the battles off the ball, right? It's kind of interesting to see how they kind of, stand up against the defender or the winger or something. Kind of that position is pretty impressive. Like you said, they kind of know what's happening before the ball's even made it to their side of the field most of the time. But,
oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we got another question from Chad Keenan. In your opinion, what MLS stadium has the best game experience that you've played in?
Oh man, I would say like, does you mean like most intimidating or like best field or? I mean,
yeah, I would go with like the one where you go in and you can feel the fans, right? And it's just I would say intimidating. It kind of, but to me, intimidation in that aspect would also kind of get the adrenaline flowing and be like,
oh yeah, no, for
right?
sure. Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot across the country. Obviously, the Sounders.
Yeah, I was going to say
very loud in there. You can barely hear what's going on in the stadium. I mean, on the field. Portland, another great game day experience. LAFC, another great one. Orlando City, you can barely hear anything in there, and they pretty great fan base. Unfortunately, Atlanta United.
Sorry, you broke up there.
It's in the dome, so it just like the noise just bounces off the walls. And
I'm sure they'll probably add some artificial noise to it too. I wouldn't put that past them.
Yeah. So it gets you can like barely hear anything when you're trying to talk to teammates. I would say I'm probably missing some, but I would say those are the ones that like really stuck out to me.
Yeah, the Sounders to me I would imagine would be one of the loudest, if not the loudest, right?
Yeah.
I guess Atlanta kind of plays into that too, but yeah, man, that's good stuff. We can't wait to see you scoring goals against those teams here in Charlotte.
And I mean, Bank of America is going to have the best one, so.
Yeah, say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah, so that's all that matters, really.
Well, I know I definitely can get loud, so I'll bring some of that to the table. Loudness is not a problem for me.
Yeah, we're going to be losing our voices every weekend.
There you go. So, Brent, you going to be out at the No Doubt Bruin tomorrow by any chance?
Yeah, I will be there. I'm going to bring my wife too, so
okay,
we'll meet the whole crowd. It'll be a good time.
Nice. Yeah, the weather's supposed to be great too.
Yeah, so I believe that's from 1 to 5. I believe tomorrow at No Doubt for anybody that's interested. Come out and say hello to Brent and his lovely wife.
I won't be there the whole time, but definitely stop by for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna be out there, so we'll walk up to you and give you a hard time, man. I'll be the guy in the Tottenham shirt. So, but yeah, I mean, I think we kind of borrowed enough of your time this morning, man. I know you got to get ready to go look for those houses. So
yeah,
we appreciate you doing this with us. 7 houses,
to look at today. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I will say that they're moving quick. So before you get home, 5 of them are probably already sold.
Yeah. Literally.
Oh yeah.
Weekend.
Well, good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Man, we appreciate you, and like I said, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll definitely see you at the Independence games for sure.
Yeah, it sounds good. Thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
Hi, buddy. Bronico, what a great name, man.
That's what I'm gonna see him from a distance tomorrow, and you're gonna hear me somewhere. You just hear Bronico or something.
I just look out for the hugs, man.
Yeah. Well, I know. Gosh darn it, I'll have to hold back tomorrow. But
definitely with the Independence games, we're going to come out there and practice some of our cheers. We're going to let that be our ground to figure out what we're doing.
Hey, I can't wait. Can't wait.
So,
All right, Brant. Well, JT, he keeps freezing on us because JT freezes. But yeah, man, have a good afternoon, and we'll catch you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, you
Appreciate
too.
it.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for having me on.
All right, take care.
Adios.
All right,
You
bye.
too.
All right, bye.